Hey and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vicky, and if you're new here, we go over budgets and everything in my life, Vida with Vicky. So in today's video, we're going to be going over the March 2021 budget, talk a little differences of what has changed since last month. Every month, I don't care how long you've been doing this, every month something changes, it seems like to me. Things that I don't anticipate, things I forget. I just love budgeting. So I have a lot of line items, and I know a lot of people will budget in like a notebook, but I like to work off of my spreadsheet. I do like to do check-ins in my Erin Condren monthly planner, so I will definitely be showing that to you as well. And then in this video, this is just our, our home budget, and we also do a rentals budget because we have rental income. And then I'll also be doing a separate video on sinking funds. So look out for those. But for today's video, we're going to be going over our monthly budget. So my husband gets paid monthly. I get paid bi-monthly. So we just budget monthly. This is just what works for us. All right. So this is what I'm budgeting for income. 96.66. You'll see here the rental income is only $44. Yeah, it's not that glamorous being landlords, but you know, we'll see. Check out that video for more information on that. All right, the house, our principal place of residence is $3,600. This does include an escrow fund for property taxes and insurance. Childcare, my mom helps us, so we give her some money. It's around $250 a week. Gas and electric, it just depends on the season. I just put a bucket of $500 there. Typically it's less, but you never know. Last month was $394. Waste and water. In here, these are mini sinking funds. These were due last month. This one is every quarter, and this one is bi-monthly. So I just like to put money aside every month and not necessarily move it into an electronic sinking fund. We'll talk about those in a minute. Our cable bill is usually around $197, $199, so I just round it up to $200 for budgeting purposes. And then this is our alarm system, which I love Vivint. Cell phones, our gym has not been charging us, but I just keep the line item here for when it comes back. And then Netflix, that did go up this year. I think it went up in January for us. I know some people haven't had any kind of adjustment, but we did. Apple storage, Weight Watchers, I've kind of fallen off the wagon. I need to get back on, but I love Weight Watchers. Our gardener, this is up from $80 just because he's going to pull some rose bushes that are kind of in the way, and our kids are just at an age where they play around and kick the ball and they keep hitting it into the rose bush, and it's just not the time in our life for rose bushes. The cleaning lady, real estate dues, and State Farm. State Farm should be going down because we impounded some one of our policies. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's move this down for you. Our tracked expenses, this is really where I live in my spreadsheet. These are the areas that I keep track of, and this is the area that will be changing for the month of March. So I've said in the last two videos, if you haven't followed me, that we have that we have bucketed some Amazon money just because since the pandemic I've just been living on Amazon. But I did bring back some sinking funds that has really helped, and I haven't touched this category in 2 months. So I am going to come on record saying we're going to delete this guy. I use Google Sheets. I love Google Sheets. It's so much easier, and then I can always just see it on my phone. I love being able to access it from anywhere. So these will be the 5 categories we follow. These 4 are really the only ones that I track month over month. School, I've just wanted to, in the first year, my son is in kindergarten, I just wanted to see what is really being spent month over month, because I'm a new mom to this world of elementary school, and public school just doesn't seem free anymore. So I want to know exactly how much I'm spending for this first year. So I actually need to calculate this. So if I'm going to do this with you guys on camera because math is not my strong suit. Okay, so if I was budgeting 600 for 4 weeks, I was doing 150 a month. And if I want to do 5 weeks, because I budget by Sundays, and even though Sunday is the 28th, I'm going to do 5 Sundays for March. I got to do times 5. Okay, so this is going to change to 750. Actually, this means that I have to add my mom. I need to add 250 there. All right, well, this is exactly what happens, guys. Okay, so let's sum in the formula equals sum 250 times 5. Okay, so 1250 there. I need to see how the Fridays fall for the cleaning lady. Let me look at my phone. You know, this is real life, so I'm not going to edit this. I want you guys to see what I do. So this is real life. Okay, so she would only be coming, because she's coming this Friday. I'm filming this on 2/24, which is a Wednesday, so she's coming this Friday. So she's still only coming twice in March. Okay, so I'm good there. But this is good because this really shows you if you have weekly costs. So with gas, let's do 125. I don't think we'll use it, but just in case. Dining out, I definitely need to add if we're going to 5 weeks, right? Because we do by week. Okay, so if I do 240, let's do this on calculator on screen. Okay. So I normally do 240 when it's by 240 divided by 4. So I do 60 a week. Sometimes that's one meal, but okay, let's pretend. Times 5, 300. Okay. Oh, duh. I should have quickly seen that. You guys were probably screaming on the screen, going, it's 300. Unexpected. Let's leave it at 250, even though I know I always break it. All right. Track total budget. Track total. Okay. If you noticed last time, I always call this fixed expenses. I just changed it to total because there are variable in here. Okay, let's moving on. Electronic sinking funds. So I keep my electronic sinking funds at Capital One 360. It's where we like to keep our sinking funds. There are 2 here that stay in our Wells Fargo account, and I'll show those to you here in a second. I do keep them in every single, in a separate account. I know that there's 2 schools of thought. Some people put it in one and keep a spreadsheet. I don't like doing that. I actually like having separate accounts, and I use a Capital One Venture card. And so I charge something, like, for example, I bought a gift of diapers for a friend who's pregnant, and that's coming out of my gifts, birthday slash gifts account. So when that line item hit this morning on Capital One, I said make a payment, and I did it directly from that account. And I just love doing that. For me, it makes sense. I will do a separate sinking funds video here shortly on my sinking funds, so I'm not going to go into detail right now, but just know that that's where we keep ours. So we have $1,150 for sinking funds, and then our last debt is my student loans at $350.20. So excited. I have a video on AES, who holds my student loans. It is a federal why do I keep calling it sinking fund? It is a federal student loan, but because I consolidated my loans, it doesn't fall in the federal program. It's so lame. So I don't get all the benefits that you guys are all getting through COVID of 0%. And whatnot. But because it's consolidated, they don't let me put money to specific accounts to pay down like one account. It's really bizarre, but whatever. Okay, so now we're a negative 748 because of the extra weeks, but I'm not too worried about it, and here's why. I know that our income is going to be going up because when we did our taxes last month, we were taking too much or not enough exemptions. So I know that our checks are going to change and we get paid this Friday. So that's the first thing. I do know that we took out the Amazon, so that should be fine. But because it's 5 weeks, some things went up, right? So I'm not too worried, and I know that I'm not going to spend all my money here. And for the month of February, I haven't closed out my budget yet, but we are under budget on the 5 categories that we keep track of. So I'm feeling good. I know this probably doesn't look good to you, but I'm feeling okay. And worst case scenario, we have an emergency fund, we have a life happens fund, and we have sinking funds that we could always pull from. So with that, I'm gonna let you go. I did add, I will share this with you, even though I will talk about it in my electronic sinking funds video, is birthdays went up because my mom's birthday is this month, and so I want to give her a present. The other thing was, I don't know where to put like special things that I know are coming. So we have a few birthdays for the month of March. They're not technically a debt, but I don't know where to put it as a line item. So I don't know, maybe I'll find a miscellaneous category to put it in so I can call it out, but it'll definitely be on my paper calendar tracker that I keep. So with that, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Have you guys filed your taxes? Are you getting a tax return? We are. It's going to go to our emergency fund, but we're really excited to do that. Let me know how things worked out for you. Did you wind up budgeting for Valentine's Day last month? I know we didn't. And then, do you guys have spring break for the month of March? We don't. Our spring break is in April, so I need to think about that as I'm thinking through April and that coming up. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Please give this a like. Please consider subscribing and following our journey, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.